da ich so viel Lust auf die Spiel habe, mache ich direkt Part 2. Und wir haben beim letzten Mal Nick versucht, die Hamburger Pizza zu geben. Hat sie aber abgelehnt und wir sollen sie das Klo herunterspülen.
I have endeavored to anticipate Master Nick's needs by preparing this. One of his favorite dishes. He won't want it, of course. But one must go through the motions, mustn't one?
Spülgeräusch. Muss ich jetzt einmal vorgehört. Nein, Spaß.
Now that important business is settled, I want you to go downstairs and prepare me some proper brekkie. You know what I like. I want you to take at least 2 seemingly incompatible food items and combine them in a new and interesting way. Or an old and boring way, what I've forgotten about. Go on, off you go.
Very good, sir.
Oh, and Willikins.
Sir?
Remember, it's Thursday, which means you may only prepare the items on my revised menu of foods what I will only eat on Thursdays. You will know these foods when you see them.
Right, that thing. Very, as I said once already, good, sir.
Ui. Kerzenständer.
You may think pulling this opens a secret passage or something, but it really just holds candles. Somewhat surprisingly, the musculature of this statue is in no way exaggerated.
Oh, das Feigenblatt können wir
Well,
anlegen.
I'm not touching that.
Im letzten Witz, in der letzten Folge hatten wir schon die Underwear, den Underwear-Witz. Underwear. Oh. Good, great und Petunia. Erinnert mich an Petunia Dursley.
Oh, that's a bad miss. Behold the thylacine.
Ich glaube, ihr seht.
Alright, I'm beholding. Now what?
Ich glaube, ihr seht auch das Einordner oben. Der lebt noch. Das ist
Not actually the last unicorn as seen in the book and the movie of the same name. This is, in fact, the penultimate unicorn.
Oh, sieht das süß aus.
Master Nick planted the other antler in the back garden some time ago. And yet, no deer have sprouted in that spot.
So, Kopf. Oh, da hat er ja, guck mal. Die Lope. Da dient er auf dem Kopf eine Möwe.
Master Nick insists that Antelope rhymes with Penelope.
Stimmt doch aber auch. Die hat er denn da auf dem Kopf? Egal. Cues.
A true gentleman's pursuit. So naturally Master Nick hasn't come anywhere near these.
Na, war mir schon fast klar.
The hedge maze of doom seems to be coming along quite nicely, by which I mean horribly.
Der Löwe sieht ja toll aus.
Ah, the king of the jungle.
Oh,
Except the part where lions don't live in jungles, nor do they have royalty. So they're basically Americans.
Wir werden hier Verstoßszene. Also immer
I'll
das.
say this for Master Nick, he's a stickler for symmetry, fearful or otherwise.
Boah, wir haben echt viele Bücher. Ja. Allein wegen dem
I fear I did all the reading I'm ever likely to do at Cambridge. Master Nick has threatened to have my eyes hobbled if I'm ever caught with a book. I'd prefer not to learn what he means by that if it's all the same.
The Pooh at House.
Reading all these books is kind of a waste of time. Nothing interesting here.
Howard is.
Reading all these books is kind of a waste of time. Nothing interesting here.
Die Namen sind aber interessant. The Squirrel, the other Squirrel. Das Eichhörnchen, das andere Eichhörnchen und die 2 zusätzlichen Eichhörnchen. Dann soll ich mal ich guck mir mal den Tee an.
Miss Petunia has threatened castration if I so much as go near her cuppa. I assume she means me, but I'd rather not find out, to be honest.
In Ordnung. So genau wie Petunia Dursley.
Reading all these books is kind of a waste of time.
Aber
Nothing interesting
egal.
here.
Ich kann mal mit der Großhexe oder auch Großtante.
They say Master Nick's good great-aunt Petunia once had tea with Queen Victoria, which, for those of you who haven't memorized the British monarchs, makes her extremely old.
Ziemlich. Ihr seid vielleicht mal freundlich.
Another lovely morning at Nick Hall. Wouldn't you agree, Miss Petunia?
Oh, it'd be lovely if you just acknowledge the unconsummated tension between us.
So we're getting an early start on that then, are we?
All I'm saying is, a lady of my advanced years could teach you a thing or two. I've known a lot of gentlemen in my day. Biblically, I mean. And in both houses of sexual congress, if you take my meaning.
I do, unfortunately, but now I must be literally anywhere other than here. Good day, Mum.
Yep, der Folgenname steht schon mal fest, wahrscheinlich. Die männliche Großtante Petunia. Oh, die Fenster haben wir uns noch gar nicht angeguckt.
The grounds of Nick Hall are currently under extensive renovations in keeping with Master Nick's latest pet project, the Hedge Maze of Doom. The west wing is approximately 80% asbestos by design, so it's probably best to steer clear of that.
Das könnte tödlich werden, da hast du recht. Jetzt gehen wir mal hier ins Esszimmer. Wir gehen erstmal in die Eingangshalle. Eine Vase.
Just a vase, nothing special about it.
Hier ist so ein... Oh.
I believe this one is called The Unicorn is in Captivity and Wishes It Was Still Dead.
Oh.
Exquisite.
Toller Name. Wir gehen mal nicht nach draußen, das machen wir später. Später kommen wir bestimmt nochmal nach draußen. Ich möchte jetzt gar nicht so viel vorwegnehmen. Nochmal schnell in die Galerie rein. Was wir für Bilder haben. Der Triumph des Menschen
We
über
had to
die
pay that tiger 60 quid to lie down and pose for that.
Was?
Oddly, the puppet's lips never moved, but Master Nick's did. Don't know why that dog's so unhappy. It makes more in a year than I do.
Eine Büste.
This used to open, revealing a button that did nothing.
Wow.
Mercifully, it's since been sealed shut.
Die Pflanze kann nicht anklicken. Hat einen schönen Namen.
There was once a descriptive audio service that accompanied this painting, filling the hall with a constant ear-piercing howling. Somehow it became disengaged.
Oh,
Who knows how these things happen?
Ach, das war's wahrscheinlich gar nicht wie du.
This was identical to the bust over there, but we left it on the dash of the car on a hot day. Master Nick modelled for this one by pressing his face against the screen door.
Okay. Charles.
This isn't a painting, it's a plant.
Wie Charles heißt. Ich hätte die Tür nochmal angucken. Hallo, Interessant.
It's a door. We don't have a special word for door here. It's the same as your American doors.
Naja, ich komme nicht aus Amerika, aber danke für den Hinweis. Von amerikanischen Entwicklern gemacht. Wie wir in der ersten Folge sehen durften. Jetzt gehen wir mal hier ins Esszimmer. Oder in Speisesaal, muss man ja sagen. Vornehmen.
I have no snark to offer here. I'm quite sincerely fond of how those candles flicker.
Es wird bestimmt viel
An
Arbeit.
ancient ancestor of Master Nick's, with whom he was also once romantically involved. Our history, like the history of most great English families, is complicated and a bit incestuous. We don't actually know this person. I believe we purchased this painting in an estate sale of some kind.
Ein Stuhl.
Master Nick typically dines alone and seats himself here at the head of the table. On occasion, he'll ask me to join him at what he calls the arse of the table.
Okay.
Oddly, the plant is completely real. It's the pot that's fake. The official name for these is Other Swords. I suppose that helps distinguish them from the, other swords. One day, Master Nick will almost certainly pull one or both of these from the wall and then swing on the chandelier. Which is why I've already invested in a special broom for cleaning his bloody footprints off the wall.
Oh. Könnte nützlich werden. Wandmalerei.
A thrilling depiction of that time some blokes threatened a vicar with a cannon and also sang a song to him. Some conspiracy nutters believe there's a cryptic message of some sort hidden in this illustration.
Warum bloß? Blümchen hatten wir, glaube ich, schon geguckt. Aber nochmal, bin ich mir nicht mehr sicher.
Not actually an edible arrangement,
Nein.
though I've been ordered to test that on more than one occasion.
Ist echt alles synchronisiert und alles. Fast alles kann man anklicken. Wunderbar. Die Küche ist natürlich im Keller. Oh, das Messer liegt schön gefährlich schön ange.
It's a bin. For rubbish. Which is exactly what it says on the tin. Bin.
Typisch Englisch. Panschnicker oder Cauldron. Kessel.
In medieval times, that was used to wash clothes in. Now it's mostly for preparing something that Master Nick calls trouser stew.
Ugh.
Theoretically, this is for sitting in. But I'm the only person who ever visits this room, and I'm forbidden to sit. So I'm not sure what its actual purpose is.
Mops,
There will be plenty of
Ein
time
Mops.
for that later,
Mop.
and later still,
Ein Mops,
and
genau.
pretty much on into infinity.
Mops im
You're
Keller.
witnessing a rare moment in which I have something other than pointless mopping up to do.
Das wäre auch so ein Folgentitel.
Master Nick's Thursday menu does indeed allow for this particular ingredient. These were not here an hour ago, and I know for a fact that Master Nick has not left his bedroom since then. He must have some sort of hidden dumbwaiter or something. Master Nick's Thursday menu does indeed allow for this particular ingredient.
Das Geld überspringen.
If nothing else, we have that scurvy problem solved. Could be worse. Could be chocolate smoothie.
Marmite steht da natürlich auch.
I've heard it said that a true Englishman finds Marmite not only palatable but delicious. If this is the case, vive la France, I suppose.
Ja, Marmite schmeckt mir auch nicht wirklich.
Oh, this is indeed a real thing. Look it up, nerds.
Ich weiß. Oh, das ist eklig.
Some cultures might look at an animal's organ and deem it inedible. But those cultures aren't British.
Ja, die Briten haben manchmal schon seltsame Dinge.
Not
Oh,
even the
Gott.
16th most disgusting food item in this house.
Das ist, ich glaube, das war Schafsinnereien in einem Schafsdarm. Schottland.
Fresh from the, as it were, teat.
Marmalade.
Jelly is what you call jello. Jam is what you call jelly. And this is something else altogether. Do try to keep up. Jarred, one assumes, by Olivia herself. When you simply must have the briny, disgusting flavor of ruined cucumbers seeping into any food that has the misfortune of touching it.
Gewürzgurken sind doch lecker. Bohnen. Ja.
Despite what Master Nick may have told you, these are neither musical nor a fruit.
Ich hätte gern hier. Ist noch Angift. Ha, Angift. Kommt man ja vielleicht noch mal was mit anfangen. Nee, kein Geschirr nehmen, oder?
I'm not actually allowed to serve anything from these. Master Nick says they're the good plates, and he's saving them for a less rubbish person to put food on them for me.
Machen noch mal 5 Minuten, glaube ich. Jetzt schon 15 Minuten um. Walk.
An impulse purchase after Master Nick went through his Yan can cook phase. Unsurprisingly, it's never been used. Well, for food preparation at any rate.
Oh. Der Typ tut mir echt leid. Oh, jetzt hab ich rausgetappt. Vorne kann ich alles sehen. Und ist er Pillen oder traurig? Das sind eher Trauben. Ein Kartoffelsack. Oh,
Master Nick insists upon having at least 8 stone of potatoes available at any given moment. I believe this was after he'd seen a documentary about Elvis on the telly.
Trockenwaren?
Dry.
Trocken. Ist trocken, getrocknet. Der Fisch sieht eklig aus.
A fine, upstanding British fish if I ever saw one. Well, technically these aren't so much upstanding as they are down-hanging, but the point remains.
No more.
Now I've got a haddock.
Oh. Kräuter.
The H is most decidedly not silent.
Wir können vielleicht erst Toast mit dem Fisch.
Most everything I know how to prepare involves the use of a knife.
Ah, so.
And since our only working knife is in the kitchen, I must logically go there to perform this task, ipso facto.
Jetzt mal das Schneideblatt an.
Perfect for raw chicken, raw pork, and any other disease-carrying slabs of unprepared animal flesh. Ladies and gentlemen, salt and pepper. Inspired after a trip to the bank, Master Nick insisted that we have this knife secured to the counter to prevent it being stolen.
Okay.
It's probably best if he doesn't know about all the other items around the hole that I'm carrying around with me at any given moment.
Das Toast mal mit dem Fisch zusammen tun. Ich wusste gar nicht, dass er ein Mixer ist.
Slapping things on a slice of warm bread, a technology both created and mastered by the British.
Dann können wir Haddock und Toast noch mit der Wurst.
Yes, of course, that's brilliant! That will solve all my current problems. Wait, no, sorry, it won't work at all. I don't know why I said that.
Moment, können wir die Wurst...
Yes, of course, that's brilliant! That will...
Ich kann nicht.
How would that even work?
Keine Ahnung.
Yes, of course, that's brilliant! Yes, of course, that's brilliant! That will solve all my current problems. Wait, no, sorry.
Schade. Wer ist Rattengift zur Wurst?
I won't deny that the thought of poisoning Master Nick has occasionally crossed my mind, but I would never actually go through with it. Probably. Almost certainly.
Ich glaube, wir können jetzt zurück und ihm eine Haddock und Toast geben. Wir können auch in den Weinkeller.
An earthy wine with a distinct hint of farce.
Oh.
A wretched wine of scum and possibly also grapes, though I can't be completely certain of this. Frankly, I don't know whether to be confused or excited by this one.
Warum stehen Weihnachtssachen im Weinkeller?
Master Nick was briefly obsessed with the idea that red and white wines would pale in comparison to this, the world's first blue wine. Then, as is usually the case, he got bored and wandered off.
Es ist 20 Uhr, aber... Also 20 Minuten, nicht 20 Uhr. Die ist bei mir noch längst nicht, aber
Not only will Master Nick not tell me what's in this bottle, he refuses to allow anyone to touch it, which is what this note is about.
Beziehungsweise wir... Nein, 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 nein. Über mit? Gut, bestimmt nicht miteinander kombinieren. Also ich beende dann die Folge für heute. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Tschüss. Mit Tschüss.